Okay. Now, another training analysis variables. Number one, the first thing I told you earlier, which you collect yesterday, was anytime you open a work program and you stand there and you see procedure have been deleted by an automatic last time this was open, review all deleted procedure. What I recommend you come to what procedure, check, review the deleted procedure. That's number one. Now, number two is this. Under this section, sorry, I think my network dipped earlier. Okay, so what happens here is this. You have the work program. Can you see my screen? And under the work program, click on procedure, check review the detailed procedure. Number one, of course, this is the navigation tab. This is the materiality free spin and the balance, materiality free spin and the balance. Okay, the same way, you can also come here to click on it. It shows you how you have mapped. I showed us earlier before. Good. This is like a mini risk report. See all the risks that I've raised as it affects the analysis tables. We raised 3 risks, 6-month bonus, downtime economy, and this. All the risks are all in what? Internal receivables. I told you your risk flows into 4 places. Number one, your FSA, we've seen that. Number two, we saw that in the risk report. Number three, I also showed you under what control design. Now, this now what in our individual work program. Such that if you want to check anything here, you can click on the risk and open up the risk card for you again. It does then open up the risk card for you again. Can you see it? Fantastic. Now, we then move here under the detailed audit response. Under detailed audit response, what flows to your work program? What flows to your work program is your what? Your risk of material misstatement, RMM. Where I have I, medium. This risk of material misstatement. The inherent risk and control risk is just a build-up to the risk of material misstatement. For example, if you've created your file on one form plus, that means you don't have control, and your risk of material misstatement will inherent risk will be equal to risk of material misstatement. That means you only have one column for risk of material misstatement, which then flows to your work program. So in the work program, you have this I medium. Now you then have the summary of the proposed. It has the assessed risk change from previous year. The beauty about it is when you do your assessment this year, Caseware will still maintain those assessments for the subsequent period. It will not change it. So if you then change it, it then asks you, has the assessed risk changed from the previous period? If yes, explain why it has changed. Now, you then have summary of audit procedures. You then have some static procedure because here in the FSA, I said I want to do some static procedure basic, some static procedure extended. So in opening the work program, Caseware then load these two for you in your work program. I have my basic, I also have my what? My extended. Okay, well, talking about it, these are your procedures to the work program. Now, having opened this, if I now go back to the FSA, and state that I want to do substantive procedure analytical. Look at it. See, substantive analytical. I also want to do substantive procedure test of control. I want to do this. And I go back to the work program. Good. Look at what will happen. Caseware will then give you this red circle with an X, and that's the warning sign I want to show you. To show you the red circle with an X, that's the warning sign I want to show you. What is the red circle with an X? Now, the red circle with an X here then tells you, just over on it, tells you the work program is missing necessary procedure. The work program is missing necessary procedure. Why is it missing necessary procedure? I've opened this work program before. My level of my risk here is what? Is high. Don't high, medium. Don't forget I told us at the beginning of the training that Caseware optimize our file based on 4 levels. The first level is what? Engagement profile selector. The second level is an optimizer checklist. The fourth level is materiality that I showed us today. And the third level is materiality threshold. And fourth level is the risk threshold. So at the point of opening your work program, Caseware look at the level of your risk to then determine if it will bring certain procedures into your work program or not, even though you say you want to do it. But this time around, my level of my risk is high, so I expect Caseware to bring everything. But because I've opened this work program before, it now told me that this work program is missing necessary procedure. Good. If it's missing necessary procedure, then I can call the procedure in again. I can call into the work program. How do I do that? I click on this red circle with an X. I click on it. When I click on it, what the procedure I want to bring in is section C, substantive analytical procedure. So I check this, substantive analytical procedure. And I click OK. All together. Now, once I do that, what happens? Another substantive analytical procedure, look at what Caseware has given me. That's added this up here. But other analytical procedure, Caseware will not give you procedures you need to complete because you are the one that knows the analysis that you want to do. Analytical procedure means that you're comparing balances to balances, either horizontally or vertically. So Caseware will not give you the analytical procedure you want to do. It should just give the subheading, then say provide the analytical procedure documented altogether. Compared to the substantive procedure extended, which gives certain procedure for you to go and check. Okay, that's fine. So the same thing I scroll up now. The same thing I can also do for test of control. Now that you have done your test of control before, you then know the test of control you want to perform or that you have performed. You can then link into your work program that you have done this particular test of control, but Caseware does not know the test of control you want to perform. Also, you come here, add it up here, click on this, and say test of control to add it in, and to also then give you what? The sub-L. And I click on OK. So you could see that you don't have test of control here also. So provide the details of the test. Now, if I scroll up now, I scroll back up again, you then have that everything is fine here. Okay. Fantastic. I'll come back to this now. Now, but if I scroll down and I've checked procedure, review deleted procedure. That's the first thing I want to show you. Now, I only have one procedure deleted here. And the reason why that procedure was deleted, was because on that optimizer, it says country of incorporation is what? Is South Africa. This procedure is related to South Africa. But if you don't need, your country of incorporation is not South Africa, automatically Caseware have not deleted this particular procedure. Apart from that, Caseware did not delete any procedure here. Now, I want to open another procedure. I want to open another work program, rather. I want to open another work program so that my level of my risk is what? Is low. Okay? And I will select that I want to do substantive procedural basic, extended analytical, and test of control once. And you see what Caseware will do. Okay, so let's go back to FSA. I want to go back to the FSA. I'm working with trade and live receivables, but I just want to show you a distinction between this work program for trade and live receivables and when my level of my risk is high, and if I have another procedures when my level of my risk is low. So let me use PPE, for example. So let me expand PPE and assume that my risk of my time statement is low. Good. And I want to do substantive procedure. I want to do basic, extended, analytical, altogether. I select everything at a go and I open the work program. Now, what do we notice here? I want to show the comparison now. I said I want to do everything. One, compared to trade and receivable, I said I want to do everything. Caseware brought this. And later when I said I want to do this, Caseware brought C and D. But here, for PPE, I said I want to do everything even before I open the document. Caseware only brought this. It did not bring this. It did not bring this. It did not bring this. So that if I want this, the same principle, I can then come here and then give me option that you don't need this, but if you want to bring it in, you can then bring that in. Okay? Even for the one it brought, that's substantive procedure basic. If I check procedure, review deleted procedure. Okay? And I scroll down, what do you notice? Quite a lot of procedures are deleted here. Quite a number of them were deleted here. Why are they deleted? If I over on it, to tell me below risk threshold set for this what procedure assertion. Below risk threshold set for this procedure assertion. Now, this is how Caseware optimize your risk based your work program based on your level of your risk. If your